So, last time was the PC version of Force Unleashed 2. Now for something completely different.
I can't believe you've got me roped into
The
this again.
Xbox 360 version.
Yeah!
Yes!
With Kinect controls.
Yeah. Just remember,
Oh,
when you're swinging around your Wii U or Wii controller, do not smack anyone nearby in the face with it.
What's the point of using it then? God damn it!
Remember, this is a lightsaber. It sabers light. And you should not take it lightly.
Why not? Oh, because it's not a dark saber.
Exactly. That's a completely different story, which I really liked reading as a kid. Because it was awesome to 12-year-olds. Have I mentioned that already? I forgot.
Weren't all Star Wars books awesome to a 12-year-old?
I'm pretty sure I talked about Darksaber already when
Yes.
I realized that
sure.
you had dark crystals.
I'm pretty sure that even the zombie book would not be awesome to a 12-year-old because it was just so dumb.
Who knows?
Kind of had it outgrown at that point, I think.
Hey, it had an amazing cover at the very least.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Like that stormtrooper helmet, like impaled on a meat hook. I'm like, okay, that's something. Ish.
Are we to assume there is a skull still inside? Mysteries abound.
Oh, I should say about the video, this is a mostly blind playthrough.
You know what you also
Before
should
that, I
say?
only played the first...
You should
I don't
apologize for not cutting
40-ish
out the
minutes.
menus. You really should.
Oh, no. Low effort.
That's too late now. It's insincere.
So-
I'm sorry.
I thought this game only deserved low effort.
And
I mean, looking back, I was wrong.
Turns out it's better than the PC version. Who knew?
But we're still not going to make a professional Let's Play.
like, here's something I'm wondering. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. It's been like 5 years since I've played this game, but like, on the regular versions of the Force Awakens or the Force Unleashed 2, Christ, I'm already comparing it to the movie. But like, isn't the Star Killer that shows up on like the main menu like an actual live rendered model there?
No, I think that's a concept art thing.
I can't remember.
Because like I have
also,
vague.
Speaking of the movies, potential spoilers for Episode 7 if you haven't seen it yet, just in case.
Yeah,
Kylo
we're
Ren
gonna
kills
talk
Han
about it.
Solo.
Shit. Potential spoilers.
Potential spoiler now, I mean. Luke Skywalker's at the end and he doesn't say a single line.
Yes.
Mark Hamill
But
still
he got
got
a
paid
ton
millions
of
of
money.
dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, I would do that.
Yeah, I would too.
What, stand there? Turn around?
You have to also look
And end
very
movie?
serene. It's not something everybody can do.
I know, like, that's the thing that like got me wondering. Okay, like, Mark Hamill nearly died for that, like, because
But
like
I
you
gotta
know-
say, I really expect him in the second episode of Force Awakens continuity to do some sick, awesome lightsaber fights like Yoda did in the Clone Wars. Because it makes sense. The older a Jedi gets, the more sick, awesome fights he can do.
I know. Ignore that part in Episode 4 where Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fight and they're just sort of like tiptoeing around each other.
They were
Because
just
they're both
about
like
to start the
old-ass
sick
men.
fight.
Although
Also-
I did hear that for the special edition, George Lucas really wanted to add in some CG flipping to that fight scene.
But then
I'm
he
not even
realized
kidding.
That,
That's just that is the thing that he wanted to do.
okay,
because
that's
of
not a
fucking
joke.
course.
Fucking awesome. Yeah, but then he realized that the ceilings were just a little too low.
Also, I learned that there was a Darth Maul game in development that was sort of like an Arkham game in terms of combat, and
What?
George Lucas came into the studio that was making it while they were developing it, and he saw an action figure of Darth Maul and another Sith Lord called Darth Talon, who's in like another like part of the Star Wars in the future. like 175 years, and then he puts the action figures together, and he's like, they're hugging, they're friends, make this happen in the game, and people are just looking at him like he's insane.
Yes, yes.
Alright, I think a Darth Maul game is an awesome idea, followed up by an Anakin game where all you do is killing children. Younglings, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I read that interview too. Like it was with the Red Fly developers, the people who made this port of Force Awakens, and like it was like when they met with them to discuss like their plans for upcoming games, like they were given specific instructions by George Lucas's handlers on how to talk to him and what to like number one was like, yeah, like don't tell George Lucas how the Force works, never mention Force Awakens or Starkiller, like just like basically treat him like he's fucking Kim Jong-un and will have you executed if you look at him the wrong way.
There was also an interview I read where during the development of the first Force Unleashed, they wanted to get an official Sith name for Starkiller, and then George Lucas came over and they asked him about it, and he was and they asked him, you know, what Sith Lord name should we give him? And he sat there for a second, thought, and said either Darth Insanus or Darth Icky.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Just imagine if this was the Force Unleashed starring Darth Icky.
I would say that it would have improved Force Unleashed 2 considerably.
He has a Sith name. He's Darth Crashdown. Someone who has watched Battlestar Galactica will get that.
Okay, that's not me.
What was Crashdown again? It's been too long.
That's who Sam Witwer played on Battlestar. He played Crashdown. And then he went fucking crazy and like got shot in the back.
Is that a name?
Yeah, that was his. Yeah, that was his pilot name.
Oh, okay. I was really excited for a second that Starkiller was going to use his lightsabers like a normal fucking human being for this version, but I mean...
No.
Wait,
The only
this
one
is
where he does
wrong.
that is the Wii version of Force Unleashed 1.
I have to switch those. But now I've turned them on already, so whatever.
Oh god, these PS2 era graphics.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I like when they're functional.
So important gameplay differences between this and the other versions. You have regenerating health,
Okay.
Okay.
and you... Well, that's most of it.
Do you have to hold the Wiimote and nunchuck like he does?
No.
Oh, what's even the point then?
Yeah,
Well, you block by holding the Wiimote sideways. But
if you can't flip out like crazy in your living room, what's the point of living in the living room?
Do you have to use...
No, I'm gonna go back to playing Star Wars Kinect. At least in there I get to move my hands around like a lightsaber.
Yeah, like, do you have to
You
use
have-
2 Wiimotes for, like, both lightsabers? Because that'd be fucking awesome.
that would be great.
Yeah, but what do you steer the nunchuck with, your dick?
You just let it fly free, have 2 of them going at the same time, and you have to dodge it. That's another element of the gameplay they don't tell you about.
I mean, why haven't they done a like Bayonetta game, for example, where you strap 2 Wiimotes to your arms and the nunchucks to your feet, and then you have to break dance?
Didn't they develop the Kinect for that?
Did they? I don't know. What do I know about Kinect except that it sucks?
I own a fucking Xbox One and I don't have a Kinect for it, so it's I fucking I know.
Well, buy a Kinect, get Star Wars Kinect, and do an LP.
Hey, listen, I actually did that for my niece. I bought her a Kinect and Star Wars Kinect because she's 4 and she loves Star Wars. And I'm not sure how much she likes it because the same day my brother-in-law got an Xbox One, so I'm not sure how much they actually played with it.
Well, that's too bad. Maybe you could steal it from her then and do the Let's Play.
Maybe.
The best thing about like the Star Wars Kinect or like that dance thing was something Trizia Felice sent me was like that like the Star Wars dance game and like Palpatine busting a move in like the Imperial throne room for no reason.
Well, if it is a dance game, then he is pretty much contractually obligated to do it.
I know.
I love his faces in this.
Yes.
I also love Darth Vader's faces in this.
Why is this happening to me?
Look at the range of emotions that Darth Vader has. This is happy.
Yeah,
Very
definitely more
happy
than
right now.
Anakin did in Episode 2. Ha!
Oh.
I believed you would be the first success,
This is sad.
but it seems you want to suffer the same fate.
I mean the game, not the Darth Vader's face.
He looks like a weird melty action figure.
Now this is sad. Almost like the scene where Kylo Ren kills Han Solo.
I love the fact that the Force Awakens like sort of prefigured the exact way Han dies in Force Awakens.
Definitely. Also, I love how mad he is that a robot was killed in front of his eyes.
No, it's actually true now. Oh, it's not like I've been fighting holographic training droids all day.
I mean, he should have seen that coming.
These are
Yeah,
holographic
this
training
game is
droids
on
too,
the Wii.
right?
It has motion controls. You shake things and stuff happens.
So we're still talking about the nunchuck attached to your dick, or
Yes. You have to shake that.
because a lot of things would happen if I did that.
We're gonna need more troopers! I see him!
Oh, they actually do get cut in half in this version of the game. Okay.
Yeah, dismemberment definitely is a thing.
Awesome.
Wow.
When do you enter blade mode and chop them in 100 pieces?
When do we get to hear rules of nature?
When will Platinum make a Star Wars game?
Actually, I would super dig that, but then again, I would super dig pretty much anything Platinum makes except for Anarchy Reigns. I don't like Anarchy Reigns at all.
I actually only heard the title ever, and I didn't realize it was from Platinum.
Yeah, it's bad. It's actually not that great.
Oh, that's too bad.
They are making that 4-player Ninja Turtles game. I'm really excited about that.
The one that keeps getting leaked for the weirdest reasons.
Yeah, they finally officially revealed it.
What's the leaks for a Ninja Turtle game? Did you know that you can play as Leonardo and also as Michelangelo?
Whoa! Too bad Donatello is unlocked by S-ranking all of the missions, though.
Yeah.
And of course, that crappy female turtle is free DLC day one.
Oh, yeah.
Venus de Milo, my
Venus
god.
de Milo, yep.
American TV is weird.
Won't argue against that.
No.
Man, that was an expert grenade dodge.
Yeah.
They shrugged it
Yeah.
off like a champ, though.
I just got a grenade explode half my face. What the fuck ever, man?
I'm a clone anyway, they can make new copies.
Escape in progress.
You're almost dead.
It's authorized. We can't let him escape.
Yeah, so
But you have regenerating health, so it doesn't matter. Fucking Gears of War gameplay. What are the red dots circling around on your head-up display?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I
Probably-
think they're just flavor.
George Lucas
Yeah,
comes
same thing
in.
with the-
Why doesn't it move? It has to move. Give it more moving parts.
Every
Yeah,
scene
like-
is so filled and so dynamic and so rich. There's so many things happening at once. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
This looks like a
you,
very
Rick
safe
Berman.
bridge.
You're
You
rolling
haven't
this
even
too?
been there yet, and it's already
How's it
broken.
with bricks?
I think it's also very good to have no guardrails on a planet where it's always slippery.
Yeah, that's the good old Emperor Palpatine Imperial R&D School of Design at work.
Yeah, but did he build this?
I mean, like, look, listen. When the Empire installs a bottomless pit in the Emperor's throne room on the Death Star, you can't really expect them to follow OSHA compliance anywhere else, right?
Next
Of
special
course.
edition change, there is a scene explaining that where Palpatine drops someone down a pit, what I want to say, trapdoor, right? A trapdoor, because they disappointed him. Because we need this to know that he's evil.
Well, funnily enough, there actually was railings around the big bottomless pit in Palpatine's throne room on the Death Star that somehow leads directly down to its main reactor core. So, the man was thinking of safety for himself somewhat, but then Vader literally just pushed him over the railing, so
Yeah,
that
he picks
didn't
him up
work
and
out.
he's like, "You're not my real dad!"
Alert! Escape in progress. We have a confirmed
It's nice that you
sighting on the
cannot
eastern
miss
cabin.
these crystals, the way how big they are.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they fit into the lightsaber like that.
You know, he's just gotta whittle them down like there's a quick little animation.
No, it's actually a quick time event. It's a mini game that you have to play later.
Half-hour
shit.
minigame.
So we unlocked camera controls.
Finally.
Yes.
Wait, that's an unlockable in this game?
If I remember right, you can't rotate the camera before this point.
I just
That's
remembered how to turn
stupid.
my head left and right.
Whoa! I'm still working on that.
Well, you gotta remember, this guy's a clone. He's probably been alive for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, if at any
Didn't
point
they
it would
say
make
13 days in isolation at the beginning?
at any point it
it's
would
a
make
lie.
sense to have a Portal 2 style opening tutorial, it would be like this.
So, and here's me again.
Oh yeah.
Trying.
I see. Force
Trying
pull.
and
stuff.
miserably failing.
So,
Stormtrooper.
hey,
Stormtrooper's just like,
I
what
still
the
have
hell
no
is he
idea how
doing?
you I still have no idea how you're supposed to control that.
So it's just like it is on the other versions of Force Unleashed. Great.
You control it with motion. It's a Wii game. Oh, Jesus. Can you destroy every wall?
Yes.
Alert! Escape in progress.
I don't know
We have a
why,
confirmed
but
sighting
yes.
Red Faction Star Wars.
Eventually, you can just dig yourself right through to the next level.
Yeah, with your lightsaber. It would actually make sense.
Now, Starkiller's gotta show off how angry he is, and he does that by breaking every goddamn thing he comes across.
Again, you're not my real dad.
That is pretty much the plot of this game in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And I'm not even
Where's
a
my
real son.
girlfriend and you are not my dad?
Wonder if he has to drink all of that in one sitting.
We have a confirmed sighting on the eastern
The whole back
It's like
tank.
taking medicine where you just like, it tastes good, but man, you just have to sit there and you're just like, okay, I gotta swallow like 3 more things of water. God.
The entire bottle of calf juice. Wow, that guy had a sick dodge roll.
Yeah.
Which is a good idea in a place with no handrails.
Yes, especially because you literally knocked him off the platform into the ocean a second later.
I bet
Yeah.
if he had actually lived, he would have gotten a promotion for that sick dodge roll.
He dodged too close to the sun. With all of my misfires as a stormtrooper, I finally have figured out how to make other people misfire onto me. Still not my real dad.
Nice crotch shot there.
You are as weak as your predecessors.
I love how, like, after all that, like, crazy running and jumping, Vader still is able to just casually saunter up to him.
It's Vader.
Did you notice how many, how much time you lost rotating these stupid ass platforms before? Vader was like,
Nah,
"Can't
Vader
believe I'm
just took the
watching this shit."
VIP entrance.
I'm
employees
just gonna
only.
Shake, shake, shake.
Yeah, that is like half the duties in the game are shake, Wiimote and nunchuck.
Remember
How
to be
stupid
sure
did you
to
look
play
when
this
doing that?
alone in the alone in an isolated room with the lights off, so that even you cannot embarrass yourself.
And you have done a lot of embarrassing things in the past, like Let's Playing Force Unleashed 2. Are these guys immune against their own grenades? Or did I just not pay attention?
But compared to the other versions, Stormtroopers have a lot more health in this game.
Is that good or bad?
Both?
Okay. So, I mean, can you do actually more sick combos instead of just, yeah, it's another wave of rooks that will just fall in literally half a second on me? It's a good throw.
I love the reaction that these stormtroopers must have when they see that. They just look at him and it's like, what? Are you serious? Is this what we're dealing with today?
I'm pretty sure Vader is just sitting in some of the towers watching out of the window and face palming so hard it's gonna make clonk, clonk, clonk all the time.
Press down to force dash. Force dash to do what? You can't force dash Renner to do anything.
Where are they storing the grenades?
On their base.
Whoa, that guy got some good hair.
Yeah.
And another
He
thought
has a
roll.
lot of time to contemplate his life choices before he hits the water and drowns.
Are there invisible walls here or can you totally kill yourself?
You can totally kill yourself.
Nice. No, it's actually the developers who made this shitty game who should kill themselves. Am I right, boys?
That's not
Decisive
funny.
commentary.
No.
I am the tongue bridge that only works if you electrify it with force. These guys are like, thank God we have been stuck here for 5 days. Because the bridge was obviously defective.
No, that's another one of those Emperor Palpatine troll bridges.
Nice. Yes.
Okay, now we're
Okay,
actually gonna throw
look,
this
you
guy.
found it out. You did it. You did it. Good job.
You just dropped them.
Letting go is almost the same like throwing, except that instead of the force of your arm, you leave gravity to do the work.
And it works better.
Star Wars, the force of gravity unleashed.
I also like these elevators that only work when you kill everybody in the room. That's very Emperor Palpatine.
I mean, yeah.
A well-limited weight.
Literal blood sacrifices
Yep.
to power machinery.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could see Palpatine going, no, I want an elevator that only works on the power of people's souls.
Also, how big are
Damn it,
these fucking
Tron, now I
elevators?
have to re-edit this video.
I was gonna say, like, you're gonna put the Palpatine picture in there, aren't you?
Of course.
You absolutely must. I do like how much wasted space is in this facility. I mean, how often will they transport like just gigantic machinery through these elevators? Because I cannot imagine that they need all of this space for like 50 people riding at the same time.
Also, you might have seen I'm leaving the loading screens in because they actually look pretty nice.
Much better than the actual game.
And they don't have stupid tips like push X to jump.
Oh, they are just concept
But
art.
that would have been so useful.
Also, these are great blast screens.
Well, how are we going to get through this conundrum?
I don't know.
Good thing we installed these lightsaber-proof and people-proof shields here in case something happens. I wouldn't know what, but you know.
I also love how the game is shamelessly using music from Empire Strikes Back right now. It's like, hey, do you remember the good Star Wars movies? Please remember the good Star Wars movies.
Remember all those good times you had on Dagobah? Where Yoda wasn't just a glorified cameo?
There actually aren't any good Star Wars movies. I'm very sorry
Whoa,
to tell you.
whoa.
I will
Whoa,
fight
controversial
you,
opinion.
goddammit.
What about Star Wars: The Phantom Menace? I'm pretty sure that was the best one.
That's all just nostalgic goggles you have. There is
No.
actually nothing good in the world. Everything
You're-
is terrible.
You're all wrong. The best Star Wars movie was in fact Ewoks Battle for Endor.
I'm pretty sure the best Star Wars movie was actually Star Wars Holiday Special.
This is true.
That's barely a Star Wars movie, it doesn't count.
It had Darth
Listen,
Vader in
it was so it was so good they can only air it once. Okay, the quality speaks for itself.
Yes, it is so great that George Lucas himself said, if I had a hammer and time, I would find every version of it that ever existed and destroy it.
Yeah, and we all know what to think about George Lucas, so...
He doesn't want anybody else to experience such perfection.
No, that's the thing. He just wants to improve the Star Wars experience with the hammer.
This room looks a little tedious.
If
Only
it's
a
a Star
little.
Wars experience, is it a vibro hammer?
Vibro hammer. Nice.
Vibro.
Made of the strongest cortosis weave, so it's lightsaber resistant.
Like a gunblade, you hit the trigger and it vibrates.
Vibro Hammer is my jizz band name.
Shouldn't these guys like be incredibly weak to Force Lightning because they're robots underneath?
Maybe?
I
Listen,
don't know.
you can't start applying logic here. The game certainly isn't going to.
Yeah, after all, we know that the elevator is soul powered, but you had to kill robots to make it work. So
You were foolish.
Oh, hey, Vader. Nice to see that you have slowly stalked up to him again.
this is actually pretty cool that he can just remove these shields. We can do it too. So
Yeah,
why
of
didn't you
course
do
we
it
can.
before?
Because...
I don't know. Also, Vader's lightsaber can cut these things.
Vader's lightsaber is obviously better.
Yeah, I mean you should have paid more attention during the minigame.
Yeah, no, Vader has the Hanzo steel lightsaber crystal attached to his lightsaber.
6 and Barrack D4. We have severe structural
How
damage
could
here.
that have happened? Wait, and never criticize my structural damage again.
I'm gonna go report this.
Also, it's always great when there's like 2 mandatory places in the game to use Force repellents.
Here,
This is the first.
and the other one is in
The
the
second
second
one
level,
cut.
in the last level,
No,
where you have forgotten about it.
basically, it at least was in my second recording set. It was like 6 months later. So I completely forgot the controls.
Is it a door you can destroy to the left with secrets in it?
Maybe.
But maybe, is this a 100% informed Let's Play or not? Ah, look at this. Video game senses weren't tingling for nothing.
Yeah.
Oh. You
Oh
unlocked
yes, the
concept
square
art.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what the square things actually are?
No, they're holocrons. Didn't you pay attention?
Okay. Listen, if we're gonna get into that,
No, they literally are. Limbs everywhere.
Yeah, like, I'm very surprised they actually allowed dismemberment in a Nintendo licensed game.
And this is a copy I bought in a German electronics store.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, at least we don't have blood and the very first enemies you fight are robots, so maybe that's how they slipped by.
yeah, they didn't bother getting past the introduction. They're like, "You're coming people up."
Yes! Yes!
Okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't even finish my train of thought there because that was too great.
Yeah, that's how legs work when you remove a torso from them.
We've seen that in Dead Space.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Maybe
they're
you guys
backwards-
have. I still have to play that game.
Watch the Dead Space 3 LP.
Oh no! Backwards
Are
walking
there
pants!
backwards walking stormtrooper pants in this game too?
What?
I watched a video where
What the fuck kind of game is Dead Space 3 and why does everybody say it sucks?
well, if you
Because it's
consider glitches
amazing!
part of the game.
No, that's the thing. It's a crappy like Mexican television telenovela wrapped inside a survival horror game.
It says it's a survival horror game.
I keep expecting the guys
When I
with the
played it the
melee
first-
weapons to go traitor. Am I wrong?
When I played of the first Dead Space game, it didn't seem very survival horror. It just seemed like BioShock, where it was trying to be survival horror and failed miserably because it wasn't actually that scary.
Recovery attack is a nice idea.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, take that sort of attitude towards it, and then tamp down the horror elements even further into the third game, and that's Dead Space 3.
They're probably like, nobody's going to be surprised that the corpse on the floor is standing up anymore. We'll have to do something different now. like that this thing has handles, because this is something that regularly happens.
Yeah.
Lord in.
Is this the black lightsaber crystal already?
No.
Oh,
I think it's one of those things that makes
great.
it do different things as opposed to give it a different color.
Oh, that's
because
boring.
those two things are different in this game. You get crystals for colors and crystals for stuff the lightsabers do.
That's how it was in the first game, and it was way better.
Yeah.
How does he keep doing this? Jesus Christ!
He's Vader!
Yeah, he's like very powerful in the Force, man. Also, why doesn't he
have-
just use one of the sabers to hold Vader's and stab him in the butt with the other one?
I know,
Because
Starkiller is not a very smart man.
Like, this wall will protect
just-
me!
I was wondering if that would actually happen. And then it did, and it made me very happy.
He could totally
He's
have
like, well,
removed
thank
Vader's
God I'm
pot
safe.
piece
It's
by
not
now.
like lightsabers can cut through metal or something. Oh no! That's exactly what they do.
I keep thinking of that brilliant part of episode 1 where they use the lightsabers to cut into the doors, but the doors are reinforced, so they have to wait a while cutting. It's like, this is incredibly riveting what is happening right now.
yeah, he's melting the door.
I mean,
Then the blast
listen,
doors
I was
close
just
and-
excited to see some action after the intro crawl said something about trade negotiations, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is Taxes, the movie.
Number 1, death and space taxes.
Yes.
Ooh, I like to fuck my cat.
Email this web zone if you want to get a pizza roll.
Why do they have a door behind the door here?
Listen,
Who knows?
don't ask questions this time of year.
Also, you could have used the sick recovery tech just now. What are you doing? Man! Wow!
Nice! Nice!
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That guy's
Nice.
definitely the MVP of this game, like the traitor guy was in Force Awakens.
Yeah, like, why aren't we playing as that guy? He clearly has better control over his force powers than Starkiller does at this point.
Yeah, the powers of punching him in the face with an energy lance. It's a pretty good power.
If Vader is right behind him again, I'm gonna fucking scream.
No, this time he's in
no.
front of him.
Yeah.
Vader's
Like
everywhere.
you walk
Vader's
around
in
the
our hearts.
you walk around the
Vader's
camera
love.
and then like,
Vader's life.
no, you walk around to the corner and then Vader's there and even Starkiller goes, okay, now this is just getting silly.
Wade is behind him, he turns around. Wade is in front of him, turns around. Wade is behind him.
Yeah, like,
Well, of course he is. If Vader is behind him and he turns around, then Vader is in front of him.
yeah, like, here's the thing. Why doesn't Vader use, like, those, like, hologram droids to just troll the fuck out of Starkiller? And oh my fucking god, are you serious?
Listen, I'm going to see Vader turn around 360 degrees and walk away.
This is a riveting boss fight.
It's great that
And
he
me
pushed them
feeling
in and
pleased.
depended on them just getting stuck there.
Oh, you failed and it had little
Yeah.
consequence. Okay, that's great.
Yeah. I have to wiggle a bit more.
Okay.
I like that they have different failure states basically.
Yeah, you don't fill the bar as much, so you have to wiggle more.
Hopefully he doesn't shoot at me while I do this, because that would be bad.
Why would
Yeah,
you crush the one that's just legs?
I love how Vader took all that time just to walk, like, 10 feet down the hallway.
And whenever he's off screen, he's sprinting like a madman. But that's not menacing.
Vader
so.
doesn't sprint.
Vader lets his
And-
codpiece do the talking.
Vader's going, fucking really? Stole my ship? God damn it.
He's grounded for a week.
Bet he doesn't know how much I've farted in there.